Hello everyone, my name is Siddharth Satish and I'm a rising junior from West Windsor Plainsboro High School North in New Jersey. And today I would love to share with you 3 of my initiatives that are focused on expanding and improving upon the UN SDG goals. So first is my podcast called ProCon. ProCon is a podcast that I created to spark conversation on various political and non-political issues within my community. I interviewed teachers and doctors and provided tips on how to communicate effectively. In response to this COVID-19 virus, I expanded my initiative to promote cross-cultural communication and have interviewed people on racism in sports, racism in medicine, and a whole host of other topics for my community. I have 1,000 dedicated listeners in 5 continents, and this is expanding upon SDG 4, 5, 8, and 10. Second is Rememoirs. It's an international nonprofit group that I created that attempts to help the elderly with Alzheimer's and dementia, and at the same time, increase education about Alzheimer's and dementia. We make memory boxes and write letters for the elderly. However, on top of this, we have been working with Facebook and Oculus in order to create a virtual reality and online content education platform for rural communities. We've also launched a program called Behind Every Woman There Is a Man, Young Women in Medicine, in order to help women in rural communities in third world countries gain access to STEM and medical education. We have been given support by the National Alzheimer's Association and impacted 10,000 people. This is focused on SDG 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, and 17. Lastly is Pep Magazine. Now, at the age of 10, I remember looking at the Time magazine for kids books that my school used to get and reading about things like wildfires and whaling. But never was I exposed to any content in economics or philosophy. Politics managed to make its way there, but many times it was just really basic information. And as a high school student, I felt that I had the responsibility to change this. So I began this magazine. We've already published our first issue, which has been read by over 80,000 students from across the world in areas like Meknes, Morocco, and Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And the major question I am answering through my magazine is this: what is the point of education when we subconsciously affirm gender roles and racial roles with images and content? So my magazine provides content on politics, economics, and philosophy for students from K through 9, kindergarten through 9th grade. But it's also not gender normative, it's gender androgynous, which serves to boost female and gender fluid members of the community representation in each of these fields. And the image is also racially diverse, which means that more and more children of color can see themselves in the magazine. No longer is it just that one person of color amidst a pool of Caucasian men and women. Each race is equally represented. This is advancing SDG 4, 5, 10, 16, and 17. Now, this is my SDG story. What's yours?